In the first grade classroom setting, students will work with onsets and rhymes as they form words. This lesson reflects the ash and the ush rhymes. However, the primary focus is the ash rhyme initially. That is, a book called Crash, Splash, or Moo, written by Bob Shea in 2018, is the start of the lesson. This book was chosen for multiple reasons. First, it offers students an interactive game setting. Second, it has silly characters, which children love. And third, it starts off the lesson with the ash rhyme. So here's some background information on the book. There are 3 characters called Mr. McMonkey, Action Clam, and Cow. Students have to guess if Action Clam or Cow will crash, splash, or moo when a task is presented to them. This offers students an engaging lesson. Not only do they have the reading structure, but you can also work on the writing structure as well, working with the ash rhyme pattern. Again, it's imperative to know that this book contains the ash rhyme, which will be integrated into the lesson later, as well as the ush rhyme to be added onto the lesson. So as stated earlier, the ash and the ush rhymes are to be utilized in this lesson. It coincides with the New Jersey State Standard for English Language Arts Reading Foundations RF13B. Know and apply grade level phonics, word analysis skills, and decoding words. Decode regularly spelled one-syllable words. The rhyme, pattern, ash, and ush fall in this pattern. These patterns are taught together as the ash rhyme is one of the 37 most common rhyme patterns a child will see in writing as well as oral language. The ush pattern closely relates to the ash pattern, so is added into the lesson. The ash and the ush pattern equally share 3 graphemes. These letters in the ash pattern include A, S, and H, while the ush pattern includes U, S, and H. Ash and ush follow the short vowel pattern. The ash pattern has a short A, ah, whereas ush has a short U, Both have the consonant digraph of S and H to form the sh sound in them. As a whole, this first grade lesson is a phonics lesson that incorporates the rhymes ash and ush, which when paired together reflect well in terms of phonics instruction for children. Okay students, so we just finished reading Crash, Splash, or Moo. And in this we got to meet our characters, Mr. Clam, Mr. McMonkey, and our cow that goes moo. Now somebody who has not read this book yet might notice that the word splash is seen so many times. So I want to talk to you guys about this special word splash. Splash is really cool because it has SPL and ASH, and together they make splash. But let's look at this rhyme ash. First we have the A, ah. Can you say ah with me?
Ah.
Then we have the S, S. Can you say S with me? S. And then we have H, huh. Can you say H, huh with me?
Huh.
Very nice. So now we're going to put it all together and say ash. Let's say it together. Ash. And when we add SPL with it, we get splash. Let's say it together. Splash. So now that we know somewhat about the ash pattern and splash, I want us to start connecting them together with other words. So let's take, for instance, the letter G, G, and let's form it with ash. When we put these two together, we have G-ash, or gash. Can you say that with me? G-ash.
Gash.
Now let's put them together. Gash.
Gash.
Very nice. Now, aside from gash, which we'll leave right here, and splash, we can also put some letters in front of the ash word in order to make new words. Can you think of some other words that end with ash? Yes?
Cash.
Very nice. So let's write this down. We have cash. And with cash, we have the letter C, the K. Can you go K, K? And then we have ash, K-ash. ash. That's a good one. So here we have the word dash. In front of the ash, we have the letter D. Duh. Can we say duh together? Duh.
Duh.
And then we're going to add ash to form the ash or dash. So let's say the ash. The ash. And then we're going to flow it together to get dash. Let's say that together. Dash.
Dash.
Okay, so now that we know a little bit about splash and we learned about gash, I want us to talk about the vowel letter A in gash and splash in the rhyme ash. They in these patterns in ash is the short A sound, ah. So let's make sure that we can say this together again. Ah.
Ah.
And this is the short A. Let's say that together. Short A. Well, now that we know a little bit more about our ash rhyme pattern, I want us to choose a sheet of paper. So before I gave you some colored paper, but if you want some plain paper, that's okay too. So choose a paper. And then choose a marker or a pen. You have options in the middle.
I choose one marker.
Okay. It's all good.
Okay.
So when we looked at our ash pattern, we saw 3 letters in it. Can anyone tell me these letters? Yes?
A, S, H.
Very nice. So I want us to write the rhyme ash in the middle of our paper.
Does our paper go this way or this way?
Any way you would like.
This way.
And in the top left corner, I want you to write it in big letters, ash. Big
Like
letters.
capital letters?
Just write it big. It can be lowercase or capital letters. And in the bottom left corner, I want you to write it really tiny. In the top right corner, I want you to write it vertically, going downwards in a line. And in the bottom right corner, I want you to write it with silly letters. So Sharon, can you tell me what 3 letters are in the rhyme ash?
A, S, H.
And what about you, Melissa? What letters are in the rhyme ash?
A, S, H.
Very nice. So now I need you to grab a new sheet of paper. You can change your color of the marker or grab a pen. So we're going to play a game. I'm going to give you 5 words and I need you to write them out. So if I say the word gash, you may think to yourself, ash, gash. And then you write that down. So let's start. Mash. Crash. Lash. Smash. And splash. Thank you for writing these down. I see that you both have recognized the ash rhyme in all of these words. At the beginning of the words, you added your onset, or the letter before ash, or groups of letters. So for mash, we have ash, and you put it together to form mash. So before we work with the word gash, and we form this with ash, gash. But now I want us to look at a new word. ush, gush. So these two words are very similar. They both start with the G, g, and end with S and H, sh. But the difference between these two words, gash and gush, are the A and the U. The A in gash is a short A, ah, and the U in the gush word is a short U, Let's say together.
Little jokes.
With the word gush, I want us to remember that the U, S, and H, ush, and gush can also sound like push, ush, ush. Let's say ush, ush. So now I want us to write down some words similar to like we did mash, crash, lash, smash, and splash. So you can take the same sheet of paper and a different color or the same color, whichever you prefer, and we're going to write some words with the ush or the ush pattern. Let's start with push. Mush. Crush. And brush. And let's add gush. Now I need you to take a new sheet of paper. Earlier we did some silly letters, some big and small letters for ash. But now I want us to use the three letters in ush. What are the three letters in ush? Sharon?
U-S-H.
Melissa, what are the three letters in ush?
U-S-H.
We both recognize that ush has U, S, and H in them. So let's put ush in the middle of the paper. And now we're going to do big letters on the bottom right corner. In the bottom left corner, let's do squiggly letters. In the top right corner, let's do vertical letters going down in a line. And in the top left corner, you can do it however you wish. I love all of your letters. I see that both of you recognize that ush has three letters, U, S, and H. So now that we've looked at the two words, gash and gush, I want us to pay close attention to the rhyme patterns ash and ush, because one letter, in this case, A in gash and U in gush, makes such a big difference in how the word is pronounced. So I'm going to give you a set of student manipulatives, one for you and one for you.
Thank you.
And I want us to take out our small little letter cutouts. So we're going to make some words with these cutouts. And you can put them on your table space or on a paper, however you prefer. So just like gash, how we have the g and the rhyme ash to make gash, we'll be putting our letters together to form new words. So I'm going to say a word and you have to create it with your manipulatives. So let's make the word splash. I see both of you recognize the rhyme as ash and the onset as spl to form splash. Let's try another one. Let's make the word dash. letter D.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Here. Sorry.
It's okay. It can go either way in this case.
Yeah, it can.
So I see that both of you recognize dash as the ash or dash. And now let's follow the gush pattern with the ush and make a new word. Let's try smush.
Got lots of M's.
It's in there somewhere. It's a little tricky to find sometimes.
That's okay. I have patience. Found it.
There you go.
Oops. Okay.
Riley. Very nice. I see both of you made the word smush with the ush. Smush. Try a new word with the ush rhyme. Push. Very nice. I see that both of you recognize push. Push. Now I want you to clear your letters and take out a sheet of paper that's blank. Now inside your baggie we also have two lists. I want you to take out both of these. So the red list is the rhyme list, and the rhymes that we went through today are ash and ush. And the blue list is the onset list, or letters that we can put before these rhymes to make words. So using the onset list and the rhyme list, I want you to form 3 words each. And you have to write it down.
3 words for each ASH and USH, or just 3 words?
Just 3 words.
Okay.
Very nice. I see that both of you have recognized how the ash and the ush rhyme patterns work with adding onsets to them. For reading our books, I want you both to keep in mind to pay extra attention to the letters in the words. We might know the onset, which is the blue letter here for g, and we might know the rhyme as ash or ush to form new words, gash or gush. So now I'll write down a few words on the paper and I want you both to say them out loud to me.
Slush.
Very nice. I see that both of you recognize the ush pattern and the in front to form slush.
Slash.
Very nice. Now we'll do 2 more.
Wash.
And 1 more.
Flush.
You both did so well recognizing our different rhyme patterns and onsets as well. Gone through our rhyme and onsets of g and other onsets with our onset list, and our rhyme patterns ash and ush. I want you to know that the book Crash, Splash, or Moo is going to be in our library for you to read. And I want you to pay extra careful attention to these rhymes, ash and ush. I'll also be adding some other books into our library for you to read with some of these patterns. Buster the Very Shy Dog, Iris and Walter True Friends, Cowgirl Kate and Coco Partners, Joe and Sparky Get New Wheels, Upstairs Mouse, Downstairs Mole, and the Puppy Place series with Bandit and Lucky. To complete this phonics lesson, 2 center activities were created. The first activity reflects an interactive puzzle. Now, it's important to know that this puzzle was adapted from a pre-K animal matching puzzle. So in this puzzle, students are supposed to match the animal word, such as rabbit, to the animal picture, rabbit. And students connect them and start to begin connecting written language with pictures, or what they mean. In the phonics center activity of the Ash and the Ush rhymes, I started off small. I started with 4 puzzle pieces to start in the center. These words include dash, cash, bush, and mush. I chose to start small with the center activity because some students may struggle putting the puzzle pieces together, or they may not comprehend it right away. As the class further understands the activity and comprehends the words in the center, I intend to add more words of higher difficulty that they can start putting together with pictures and associating different rhymes with different pictures. Aside from the puzzle activity, I also adapted a child's favorite dessert or ice cream into a fun game. In this activity, student pairs have to complete a banana split word family using ice cream scoops. Now, with the ice cream scoops, the teacher is able to interchange colors. Maybe they can represent different flavors that the students love. It can also reflect a fun math lesson to figure out who loves what flavors of ice cream and graph them as well. So for the banana split word family, you can easily print out a picture of a banana split, and then on it you put word family Sundays. And in this case, I chose to do the Ash family Sundays. Now, with the ice cream scoops, I opted to laminate my ice cream scoops. By doing this, I'm able to use a marker to write down words that students can put, such as cash. Using a dry erase marker is probably the best way, though you can use Crayola markers. Sometimes they leave behind some residue and it's not so easy to just wipe away. With the banana split word family, I also chose to create student sets of cards. Within their baggies, they also have 2 lists, an onset list in the blue and a rhyme list in the red. Now, obviously for the banana split word families, it's labeled which rhyme list to use. But students sometimes struggle figuring out their own words. So I chose to incorporate an onset list just to get the thinking process rolling for them. Some students may not need this and can easily go into the activity. Other students may struggle and need this. Overall, creating center activities such as the phonics puzzle and the banana split word families are fun ways for students to extend their phonics learning through play.